So I've done my detective work, Dragon Ball games fans, and I found out the most infuriating thing about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is single-handedly responsible for holding back Dragon Ball games as a whole. Understand what I'm talking about here, right? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been in development for 5 years. 5 long years as they've been quoting in different press releases, right? And you look at other Dragon Ball games, and things all of a sudden make sense. Like, if you're a Dragon Ball Xenoverse fan, it applies to any Dragon Ball game, but if you're a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 fan, everything that we've been going through in terms of quality drop-off all of a sudden makes sense. And what I'm talking about when I say quality drop-off, the DLC for Xenoverse 2 has felt less robust. It's felt like we've been getting less content. We used to get 4 or 5 characters per DLC pack, and for about 5 years now, we've been dwindling down to 1 or 2 characters per DLC pack, and only 2 DLC packs per year. For 5 years, we used to get like 2 or 3. We used to get 1 in the winter, 1 in the fall, and 1 in the summer. Maybe 1 or 2 in the summer. We might get a mini, like 2 minis in the summer, broken up in the summer months. We would get like 3 or 4 DLC packs with multiple characters. But not so for the past, 5 years. Okay? So, in that 5 years, they claim that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been getting created. And I know you're still at that point saying to yourself, what does this all have to do with Sparking Zero? Obvious exemptions from the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 roster. Like, you know, we've been scratching our heads for a while. Well, we got Android 13, but where's Super 13? Where's 14? Where's 15? Oh, we got Bojack. Where's his transformation? Where's Zangia? Oh, where's the missing forms of second form Cell and like second and third form Frieza, right? They even showed up in Dragon Ball The Breakers, and they turned around and they teased it in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, but the character never got fully released. And then you look at Sparking Zero and it all makes sense because we already know that both of these are arena fighters. That's exactly what they are. A lot of people are going to nitpick about the mechanics between the two, but ultimately the only major differences between the two is the destructive scale of Sparking Zero and the graphics choice of Sparking Zero. But as far as content is concerned, they've been cutting back and holding out content from Xenoverse 2 just to make Sparking Zero look more appealing and to garner sales. That is horrible. Now I know what you're saying. Ooh, Sparking Zero is in the new game. Oh no, they intend to keep Xenoverse 2 alive. That's why they've been continue doing 1 or 2 character DLCs, because we stick around, and then they want to put it on PS5. But then at the same time, you want to hold out content that should very well be in the game. Alright, none of this one character once in the blue moon crap. We should have been getting DLC 4 or 5 times. We got enough characters that we don't have. We have I can literally list out 100 characters without scraping the bottom of the barrel. I can name 100 characters right now that could flesh out DLC for years, where we're getting it almost every month, if not every month. And what that tells me, right, is that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero must not have that much going on if they have to keep bait characters around. Honey, that's what I'm going to call them, bait characters. Like, oh, Xenoverse 2 doesn't have Super Android 13. Oh, look over here, Sparking Zero has Super 13. Sparking Zero has 14 and 15, and that'll be the only difference. Where we're looking over here at Xenoverse 2, oh, only base 13. Oh, if I want to play Super 13 on like my modern consoles, now I got to go and get a PS5 and play. No, I'm getting to that point where I don't like Sparking Zero, because now it explains a lot. It explains a lot. And yes, Xenoverse 2 is still active. It still makes money. The rosters are still active. But what pisses me off, because like we should have this content in the game already, not this little cheapo greepo crap of withholding the characters out of the game just to make another game look more appealing. But what does that say about your confidence in the newer game that you have to do that. And again, they're cutting content. And again, they reuse a lot of animation in Dragon Ball games anyways. Like I've been seeing gameplay of like Majin 21 in a lot of different games, and she's using ultimate animations and different like precise animations in like the mobile games that she does the console games. I'm like, oh wow. Like, I'm just seeing random clips of that on Twitch. So it's like they're reusing assets. They can easily put these characters in all the games. They just don't. Why? You already charge us for the DLC. And literally, this whole thing is we're asking for more DLC. Therefore, you can charge us more money in Xenoverse 2. No, you want to charge us another $70 to $100 game just to charge us another season pass. Then you got to go through like a $400, $500 console that you don't even really want. No. I don't. No. And then they'll say, oh, well, the roster is the biggest roster. Oh, no, it's incredible. It's not the biggest roster ever. It's actually just incredible. Yeah, that's 50 incredible characters. For like, oh, God. And again, this is a real, I did the detective work. And yeah, everything pans out. Everything checks off. Everything makes sense now. That's why we've been getting a reduction in content for Xenoverse 2. This is why, at this point where they should have given us a DLC for Christmas, and yeah, given when we're actually paying the cost, right? They could have given us a DLC, but no, they'd rather ration it out and wait for a couple of months where we're just getting 1 or 2 a year instead of getting multiple a month, so they can ration out content for Sparking Zero. I don't know. That's so grimy. Like I try to cut them a lot of slack, you know, because a lot of people give anime games a hard time, right? And I try to cut them some slack because I see everyone tries to say, oh yeah, anime games suck, blah blah blah, blah, blah. And that's not the case. But damn if they don't make it hard by doing stuff like this. We're already paying for the DLC. You already got your mobile games whales that are paying you thousands of dollars to play little pictures and not to play the characters, but to play the little picture graphic gifs, whatever. But nah, you still gotta grip and scrape content out of the game and try and do all this grimy stuff on console. Come on. I'm dealing with bad servers, and then everybody pretending like Sparking Zero is gonna have the same bad servers because they don't do peer-to-server, they do peer-to-peer, and then they have to deal with reduced content and held back and just like, oh, come on. This is ridiculous. I know someone out there has to know what I'm talking about, but guys, hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications. I'll see you guys in the next one.